Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury. Welcome to my channel. It's my daily vlog, so whatever I'm up to is what you're gonna see here. And this is my first vlog since I've returned from vacation. So back home, safe and sound, and just been trying to re-enter the world, which has been a little unusual, but here we are. So I figured, you know, as I was unpacking and trying to put my stuff where it belongs, one of the souvenirs I got myself was this Guardians of the Galaxy patch. So I got this at Epcot, and I'll put the video so you could see when I found this. But I've been working on slowly turning this jacket that I have into like an 80s inspired masterpiece. So let me show you the jacket. So this is the jacket so far. So you can see I got like a David Bowie patch and like Thundercats, and my Tomorrowland pin, and my Rocky Horror 25th anniversary pin. It's been far longer than that by now, but it's there. I have a little Pirates pin. I have this like Jack Skellington Mickey Mouse pin. Let's see. Yeah, how cool is he? So I figured this patch would go on this jacket very nicely. So I'm gonna do that today, and I'll show you how I attach the patch to the jacket. I honestly don't even know if this is iron-on or not, but I was planning to sew it on because it's always just that much more secure. So that's what I'm gonna do. And also just a shout out to what a wonderful Disney trip it was. You know, I have been to Disney more times than I could shake a stick at, and in all those times, this was my first solo trip. And it was a great experience. It was different in the sense that I can just do what I felt like doing on a whim. And that was a nice experience to have, and I'm glad that I did that. I will say that I have had travel companions that are compatible with me when I go to Disney, and I have had travel companions that are not Disney compatible, because if you could tell from those videos, when I go, I am like on a mission. I did those parks, I open to close them almost every day. I didn't do it at Animal Kingdom. I ended that day early. Magic Kingdom, I came close. I think it closed at midnight and I left at 11:30. Epcot, I opened to closed. Hollywood Studios, I did not open to close. I was close. I stayed pretty late, but I didn't open to close Hollywood Studios. So, but I swear, when I got Disney brain endorphins going, I'm just like a little Energizer bunny, and I just keep going and going and going and going, and have to do all the things because you have such a finite period of time to do them in. So I cram them in, and I love every second of it. Oh, it's so good, so much fun. So now I'm back. Still working on my re-entry, but let's attach the patch. Okay, so I got my sewing machine out, and I use a PAF or FAF sewing machine. So let me show you how I get my bobbin set up, because I need to use white because the edge of the patch is white and I want it to match. So I have my white thread. Get a bobbin out. I have like all the accessories get to live right in there. It's really awesome and handy. So let me show you how I set up the bobbin on this machine. So first thing is to have it all powered on. Then this tray slides out. This opens up, and the existing bobbin comes right out. And then you just turn it over and let that fall out. So this bobbin still has black thread on it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring my tray over here and open my tray and make sure I wind it so I don't have any tail that's going to get tangled on anything. And I just put that in a little holder. Now how do I get the thread onto the little plastic bobbin? Let me show you. So the first thing I do is I take my thread and I put it on this like thread spindle holder. And then it comes with like a thread cap piece that just kind of goes right on there. Now I'm going to take the tail of this thread, right? And see this piece here? I'm going to come from the front side, I'm going to let it catch in there. So this little button, normally if I'm sewing, I would come around the back side and come down. But because I'm filling the bobbin, I actually have to go the opposite. So I'm going to come around this way and around the top. So you'll see, I'll take the thread and I'll click it into the button and bring it around and pull it taut. So let me see if you could see that any closer. Okay, so you can see the thread is going from the spool to this clip, to this, around this button, and now it's coming down this way. And now you could see this clip, I have to take the thread and now feed it through that clip. So you can see it's in there now. Now from here, I have my plastic bobbin, and I'm going to take the end of the thread and feed it through one of the small holes in the bobbin, just like that. And I just make sure I have enough tail on it. So you can see I have a bit of tail there. Then over here, this is where the bobbin is going to go. It only fits one, like it'll click into place. It only fits properly one way. And you want the tail sticking out the top. So you can see I'm holding the tail in this hand and I'm just gently spinning it until it clicks. Okay? And then I just make sure there's no tangles. And now I'm just going to gently push to the right and it'll click. And by clicking that to the right, basically what you're telling the sewing machine to do is not utilize the motor for the moving the needle up and down, but to use the motor to spin this. So what I do initially until there's tension on this, so I could either pull this and get the tension. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull that and get the tension. And then I'm going to gently step on my foot pedal and start the winding. Now, so this tail doesn't get tangled, I'm just going to snip that off. And now I'm going to slowly step on the foot pedal and let the bobbin wind. Now you don't want to overdo it. You see I stopped before the thread gets bigger than the bobbin. So I slide this to the left now, and I lift it up and give it a trim. And now I have a fully wound bobbin. Okay, now that I have the bobbin fully wound, I'm going to go back and take the metal piece that goes around the bobbin, and I'm just going to slide that in there. I'm going to find my tail, and I'm going to find where there's a little slit in the metal. Let me see if you could see it. See, there's a little slit right in the middle there. I'm going to take that tail and pull it into that slit and around as far as it can, so it ends up coming right through this hole. Right, so it's coming right through that hole now. Now that I have this, I'm going to turn it around so that the little handle, like that little handle, is on the outside. And it only fits in here one way, so I'm just going to find the way it fits, and it clicks into place. Now to get the sewing machine to grab the thread from the bobbin, what I need to do is lower the needle one time, and it pulled the loop right through. Right, like that. And then I could close that. And I lift that out of the way, and I bring my tray closed, and now my sewing machine is ready to go. Now I have to figure out where on my jacket I want this patch to live. So I have patches on the shoulders already. I haven't put anything on the back because I'm thinking of getting like a back patch, so I'm staying off the back for now. So I'm thinking this sleeve has a hole, So maybe this sleeve. I'm thinking that's where it's gonna go. So I tried on my jacket and I found the placement that I wanted, and honestly there's like some glue from the packaging, and I just used the glue to let it stick and found the placement I want. Now I have all my pins, and I'm just gonna put a few pins in here and pin it into place where I want it. So I'm just sort of like gathering up from the other side, so I'm only going through one layer. And this part doesn't have to be perfect. You just want it, you know, pinned in place so it's not going to slide around when you're sewing. But you don't need a zillion pins right now. You just need enough to keep it in place. These are hurting my little fingers to push this through. Okay, I got 2 pins in here, one top, one bottom, but that's enough to keep it from sliding around. So, now to attach it. If you've watched any of the videos where I sew before, you know that this is the next step. Safety goggles. Because you never know. And I'd rather have them and not need them than need them and not have them. So, next step. I'm gonna sew this on, but I have to be super careful that I only go through the right layers, because I'm doing it on the sleeve. I have to gather up a lot of the fabric to get to it. And I don't want to like pinch another piece of fabric from another part of the coat by accident. So if you're sewing onto a sleeve and you're gathering fabric, or anytime you're gathering fabric, always make sure that you just have the layers that you're trying to get through. Now that I got to the end, I'm just going to hit my reverse button and back up for a couple of stitches. That's that, and I'm just going to use my scissors to trim it. Okay, patch is attached. What do you think? So I think it came out pretty good. I'm happy with the results. So like I said, this jacket's just a work in progress. I will continue to find patches and pins and continue to add and build on this, and we'll see what it evolves into. So I also wanted to say hello and welcome. I have been seeing a lot of new people coming to my channel since I got back from Disney. And I just want to give a huge thank you and a welcome to my channel. So I just want to give a quick little overview. My channel, although I talk Disney quite a bit, it is not a Disney specific channel. I do a daily blog. I do a daily vlog. So like I say in my intro, whatever I'm up to is what you're gonna see. I have a lot of eclectic things that I like to do. I have a lot of variety in my taste. So you will see things here that include cooking, and when I cook, it's gonna be gluten-free, probably dairy-free, definitely refined sugar-free, due to dietary restrictions that I have. I do a lot of crafting. I do sewing, I knit, I crochet, and everything in between. I love taking trips over to Michael's and Joann's and seeing what's new. I love spooky season. I love Halloween. Halloween can be every day, and I would be a happy Mercury. And above all, I love going out and about. I live in the New York City metro area, so I am constantly finding new and fun things to do in New York. Oftentimes they are art related because there is so much art in New York City. I am also a huge, geek, nerd, whatever you want to call me. I love comics, I love Star Wars, I love Star Trek, I love Stargate. In fact, if it has the word star in it, I probably like it. So I try and I do things that are associated with that. I have not been to a Comic-Con in several years since the world closed down, and I would love to get back and do those in the future. So I'm sure I'll be doing things like that. I love going to open market fairs and farmers markets and craft fairs. I love the holidays in New York City. Christmas windows on Fifth Avenue, Macy's, the tree in Rockefeller Center. I get the warm fuzzies from my city during this time of year. So there is so much on the horizon, so much coming up, and it's going to be a mix. The adventure will be different every single day. So if you see something that might not be your taste one day, stick around, because tomorrow might be totally different, because that is just how I roll. So with that, welcome everybody, but I am done for today, and I will see you all tomorrow. And until then, stay inspired by. Take care.